I guess it goes without saying that things work better when we're working together. Intervention is vital, and how you intervene is really important as how we intervene. There's a few things that will get people working together, cooperating with you. We'd like to spend a few minutes talking about some strategies with approaching cooperation at school. One of the things that we want to say is, it's easy here, because you probably are familiar with some of the nicest people in Halifax, but school people really are our friends. If we can approach them that way, obviously we'll get more cooperation than if we come in adversarially. Not everyone has a great experience that they recall in their own school career, but the way we say things. Hetty gave me a great compliment earlier when she said our work has been a lot about words. Well, words are important because I think that words are a reflection of our thoughts, and we select thoughts that we speak. We have plenty of thoughts. We can come in feeling very frustrated about a situation, but the way we decide to express that says a lot about what's important to us. To come in and say, as it says on the slide, my son's having a problem in school with one of his classmates, and I'd like to help find a solution, is way different than saying, why aren't you doing something about that boy who's bullying my son?
There are a few things to keep in mind when you approach the school with a problem, and these are the lessons that Ben's father and I learned the hard way. We were naive. There wasn't much knowledge in our community about bullying at that time. It was 1991. And we simply went to the school, stated our problem with the hope and the faith that something would be done about it. If I could turn back the clock and do that all over again, there are a few things that I've learned along the way. It's very important to make notes and have things in writing before the meeting, during the meeting, and afterwards. I'll give you an example of how important that is. I was approached by a lawyer not too long ago, and he asked me to read through some statements because he asked if I would consider being an expert witness in a lawsuit that was coming up. It was a family contemplating suing a school board because they felt that the school and the board had not adequately protected their daughter from bullying. A girl was bullying their daughter. And as I read through all the documents, I realized that nothing had ever been written down. So it boiled down to the parents saying, well, we did meet, we met a number of times, we made phone calls, and the school said, we don't have any record of that. And so I think had those parents had something in writing, things would have moved along a little bit more to their satisfaction. Also, it's important to know what the school policies are. Have a copy, have your own copy of the policies, and I'm sure they're readily available to you. So you know what the expectations are, you know what the rights and the responsibilities are of everyone involved. When you arrive at a meeting, if you have a meeting with the school administrative team or the teachers, have as much information as you can. Always keeping in mind, as Rick pointed out, that you are partners in problem solving. You're not there as an adversary, because that shuts doors, and then you don't get anywhere. And the goal is to solve the problem, not to make it worse. So during the meeting, you can tell what you know. So in other words, had we done that, I would have told the principal and the teachers everything that Ben had shared with us, and they could have shared what they knew. As it happened, they were not aware, and the statistic we showed a little earlier, in which it said that in 50% of cases of bullying, the teacher and the administrators are not aware. And that's through the fault of no one. It's because it happens on the playground, in the locker, in the washroom, places where there are no adults all the time. So it's not to put blame on anyone, it's just the way it is. Ask questions, ask for as much information as you wish or need to know. And by the way, all of this is included in this little guidebook that comes with your kit. It's all very clearly laid out in there with more detail as well. And then, of course, you would be interested to know what action will take place in order to resolve the problem. And that's another very important time for you to make notes. And you could even write down the plan and beside each step, who is responsible for this? All right, the school, you're going to do that. And at home, we will teach our son how to take a stand and how to speak up for himself. So each partner will take some responsibility for resolving the problem. Of course, you would take notes and then decide on a follow-up plan. Another thing we did wrong. We left the school, and that was really the end of it as far as we were concerned. If I were doing it again today, I would say, is it all right if I come back in 2 days and just check in and see how things are going? Or even every day if you have to. If you feel you have to, do that. Do whatever you feel you need to do to be comforted to know that the problem is being resolved in the best way possible with you as a partner.